Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All the praises to Allah. We praise Him and seek His aid and ask His forgiveness, and may the peace and blessings and exalted mention be upon His slave and messenger Muhammad, His house of kin, His companions, and all who follow them exactly until the day of judgment. Now, so we were saying in the previous class that the sounds that are made with the letters are one of three. The first one is called the fatha. And why was it called the fatha? Why was it called the fatha? Because the fatha linguistically means the opening, a single opening. So they called the sound or the sign which represents the sound which is made by the typical opening of the mouth a fatha. Okay, so al-fatha linguistically is any single opening, but technically it is a particular opening which is represented by the tilted dash above the letter. Then we had what? We had the kasra, and the kasra is the tilted dash which comes below the letter, and it was called the kasra because linguistically the kasra means what? It means yes, a single breaking. So they wanted to find a word in the Arabic language that better expresses the sound made when the mouth breaks into a smile. So they took the word kasra because of the meaning both meanings share. Okay. Then we had the dhamma, and we said the dhamma is linguistically a single joining together. So when they wanted a technical name for the sign which represents the sound made by the single joining of the mouth, they took the word dhamma, which implies that meaning of joining, but they meant a particular joining according to the technical usage, and so on. Wadah barakallahu feekum. Is this clear? Now, moving on, inshaAllah, the next thing that we're going to take, inshaAllah, is the type of words. The type of what? Words. But where? In Arabic, of course. Okay? Words in Arabic go back to three types. The first one is what? The first one is what we call ismun. Ism. Ism. That's how to read it. Ism. Yes, it's available. Now, every class should be available. If there's a class which is not available, all you have to do is contact WizIQ. WizIQ, so-called support team. Okay? Inshallah, and they should fix your issue, inshallah. Also, if any of you don't get the invites, all you have to do is contact the support team. Wadih barakallahu feekum. Yani the customer support at WizIQ. طيب, ismun. Ism. Okay? Then we have the second one is fi'al. Al-ismu, let me see. نعم, al-ismu, عفوا. Al-ismu, that's how to say it actually. Al-ismu. Al-ismu. Okay, then we have what? Then we have al-fi'lu. Al-fi'lu. Okay, then we have al-harfu. الحرف, or الحرف better to say. So الاسم and what? الفعل and what? الحرف. Okay? الاسم, الفعل, الحرف. What's the difference between those three? Simple, inshallah. Let's make it nice and simple because we don't want to take long just explaining this. This shouldn't take long because our center of study, especially in the first level, is going to be al-fi'l. So we just want a quick definition of those three. Al-ismu gives you a word which gives you just the meaning. Just one thing. One thing. One single thing. Which is what? Which is the meaning. Okay? Easy? That's easy. No problem at all. واضح? Then you have al-fi'lu. Al-fi'lu is a word which gives you another thing along with the meaning, which is a certain time frame where that meaning took place. Okay? Clear? So how many things does the fi'l give you in that, according to what we have explained? 2. It gives you the meaning, plus it gives you a certain time frame. Okay? Then we have al-harf. Al-harf. Then we have al-harf. And al-harf is a word which gives you a meaning through another word which comes with it, or through other words. واضح? Clear? Okay? You might say, please elaborate further on al-harf. I say, don't worry. We don't have to. Why? Because al-harf is not studied in Sarf. Yes, you can say supporting words, yes. Al-harf is not studied in Sarf. So, if al-harf is not studied in Sarf, does it concern us? It doesn't concern us. Yes, it's nice to know in itself, but it's not nice to know here. Why? Because the proper methodology of seeking knowledge is putting things in its places and asking about things in its right time. واضح بارك الله فيكم? Okay, so here, let's move to the second point. The second point, what does it say? Yeah, the question inshallah at the end. Okay, just write the question down so you don't forget, and then inshallah at the end inshallah we shall allow time for questions. Okay, barakallah, just so we can be just inshallah with all students. طيب, الاسم والفعل. الاسم والفعل. The Sarf studies mainly the first. Mainly the second. Wa alaykum as-salam. Mainly the second. Okay? Then, secondary, the first. Meaning the first type of words. واضح? Which is al-ism. Are you with me? Okay. واضح؟ That's understood. يعني mainly it studies what? It studies الفعل mainly. So if you perfected الفعل, you will not have a problem with الاسم. That means if you perfect الفعل in how it works and how it is formed, you will have no problem at all what? Understanding how الاسم works. واضح هذا؟ واضح هذا means, is that clear? طيب بارك الله فيكم. Let's go to our third point. The third point, okay? The third point is how or what we are going to use to form words and understand how they are formed. Okay? The question is, the answer is what is a scale. A scale which the scholars of Arabic came up with to study the formation of words. واضح بارك الله فيكم. So there's a scale. No, it's not a question. What we are going to use to form words. When it's a question, you say, what are we going to use? But when it's not, you say, what we are going to use. طيب, على كل حال, a scale which the scholars of Arabic came up with to study the formation of words. Okay, what is the scale? Let's take another board, inshallah. Now, okay, the scale is actually a word. Okay, a word of three letters. Okay, what is this word of three letters? So let's like draw an imaginary scale. واضح? And here, this is the scale. It's going to consist of the Fa and the Ain and the Lam. The Fa and the Ain and the Lam. Fa, Ain, Lam. This is our scale. Okay? Some of you don't understand yet. So this is what we're going to use to form words. How will it work? I will show you, insha'Allah ta'ala. Okay? I will show you, insha'Allah. Firstly, they have chosen this number of letters due to it being the least number found in الاسم and al-fi'l. By the way, al-ismu is the noun. Okay? Yani it is somewhat equivalent to the noun in English. And al-fi'l is the verb. Okay? Actually, we forgot to continue here. So al-ismu, a word which gives you just one thing, which is the meaning. Okay? Like for example, the sun. Shams, ash-shamsu. Ash-shams is an Arabic word. It means the sun. It gives you nothing but that meaning. It doesn't give you a time frame with it. Understand, barakallahu feekum? It doesn't give you a time frame. It just gives you the meaning. Okay? For example, another example, Ustadh. Ustadh, it just gives you one meaning, one thing, which is the meaning. What's that meaning? The teacher. واضح? قلم. قلم. قلم, that word gives you just one thing, which is the meaning. What's the meaning? The pen. That's all. واضح barakallahu feekum? This is al-ismu. This is the noun. يعني somewhat of a synonym to the noun in English. واضح barakallahu feekum. Then we have al-fi'l. Al-fi'l is a word which gives you another thing along with the meaning. What's that other thing that it gives you along with the meaning? It gives you a certain time frame. A certain time frame. واضح barakallahu feekum? This time frame. Okay? Now, the verb which gives you the meaning taking place in the past, okay? And what do we mean here when we say the past? Yani before the time of speech, is called mad. Is called mad. 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 It's called mad. Okay? M-A-A-D. Mad. Or M-A-A-D-H. Yes, good. Mad. Okay? Are you with me? It's very important. One of the most important classes is the introductions and the principles that are mentioned in the introductions. And if you don't understand this, you're not going to understand what's coming ahead. Trust me. واضح? Then we have what? Then we have the verb which gives you the meaning taking place in the present. يعني in time of speech. In the time of speech. Okay? And this is called what? This is called مضارع. 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 M-U-D-H-A-A-R-I. مضارع. 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 Okay? Okay. After that, we have the verb which gives you the meaning requested to take place in the future. Yani after speech, And this is called what? Amr. 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 A-M-R. Amr. Okay? واضح? This is clear? Yeah, because the amr implies a request. Okay? And what's going to happen in the future is not for sure. أليس كذلك? Isn't that so? So you say you request it to happen. You don't say it will happen. Huh? واضح? Because it might happen, inshaAllah ta'ala. No. طيب. Okay, back to our scale. Back to our scale. They have chosen this number of letters due to it being the least number found in al-ism or al-fi'l. Yes. Inshallah. The questions are at the end. I actually forgot and I answered the brother. Please, your questions, inshallah, are at the end, inshallah. We shall we give 10 minutes, inshallah, for the questions, inshallah. So, they have chosen this number of letters due to it being the least number found in al-ism al-fi'l. Yani the least number of letters that can be found in al-ism or al-fi'l is 3. But you might say, so what? What's your point? If it's the least, why shouldn't we go according to the most number of letters, not the least? It says because, number 2, the least number, please pay attention, very important. The least number of letters there is in those words, the lighter it becomes on the tongue. Isn't that so, brothers and sisters? Yani, what is... okay, good. Someone does not agree. Okay, what is easier if I say fa'ala or if I say fa'alala? The first, if I say Fahd or if I say Ja'far. The first, if I say Qatala or if I say Dahraja. The first. واضح? Why? Because since there are less letters in the first, it's easier than when there are 4 letters. Common sense. واضح? So, the least number of letters there is in those words, the lighter it becomes on the tongue. واضح? You might still say, I still don't get your point. The point is coming now. It says, the lighter the word is, the more it is used. According. It is used by the Arabs. Okay? Because of their mother principle, saying what? Seek likeness in speech. Yes. التماس الخفة. Seek lightness in speech. واضح؟ Okay? So, my question now to you. Which of the words are more used? Three letter words or four? Three. Okay? And a principle is established based upon what happens more or what happens less? What happens more? What is more frequent? أليس كذلك؟ You notice something and it happens all the time. And just a couple of times it doesn't happen. So you can make a principle out of it. Okay? An example. Okay? We have Sarf every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Okay? Every Sunday. This will happen so much that you'll make it a principle. You make a schedule out of it. And you say, you give a general ruling. So you say, every Sunday and Tuesday and Thursday we have Sarf. Okay? But isn't it possible that one of those days I excuse myself because of certain circumstances that happens to anyone else who is human like myself? Possible. واضح? So, am I going to make a principle out of that which happens rarely, which is me not giving the class, or that which happens mostly, which is me giving the class? Me giving the class. واضح بارك الله فيكم. Same thing here. So they have made the scale consisting of 3 letters. Why? Because most of the words are 3 letters. So it's easier to use the scale with that number of letters to as a tool to understand how the words work. Understood? Any confusion on what I have explained so far? طيب. جيد. Okay, next question or next point. Why well, that someone has to speak up then. Whoever did not understand, what did you not understand? Yes. Okay. طيب, okay. I advise that we finish this point because it helps understand the first point. Then, if still you do not understand, I will repeat again. Sounds good, inshallah? طيب, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah help us all. طيب. Why those letters in particular. Why the fa and the ain and the lam? Why couldn't it be the alif and the ba and the ta? Why couldn't it be the jim and the ha and the kha? It's nice. It's all written the same, but the dots are just different. Huh? It'd be easier to make it jim ha kha. Why? Why those letters in particular? It says because those letters, okay, form the word which means did. Did. The mostly used point is for the first. Barakallahu fiki. The mostly used point is for the first. Now we're explaining why the fa and the ain and the lam. Okay? Now, those letters from the those letters are from the word which means did. Okay? Now, didn't we say earlier that Sarf mostly studies what? Verbs. أليس كذلك؟ verbs. أيوة. Therefore, when those letters, yes. Jazakumullahu khairan. Those letters form the word, yes. Therefore, when the word fa'ala meant did, which is inclusive to every action, they chose, basically, which is inclusive to every verb because it can represent every verb. Okay? They chose it to be the scale. They chose it to be the scale. Okay? Now, who wants me to repeat? Who wants me to repeat? Okay, good. I repeat. Please pay attention, huh? Right. So, first of all, this is the scale. What's the use of the scale? Why the scale? To understand, and I'm going to show you, inshallah. Okay, you might not see it now, but I'm going to show you, inshallah, how we're going to use it. Don't worry. Okay? But my question is here now. My question is, what's the scale for? The scale is for understanding how the words are formed and how that works. Okay? This is understood, yes? And basically that's what its purpose. You're going to understand that, inshallah, later. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's easy, don't worry. Okay? But we have to understand the nature of the scale. This scale, why did they choose it to be 3 letters? Okay? It says because. See, the mother, I'm going to do it the other way around. Okay? I started from this point. I'm going to start from this point. Okay? the other way around. So the mother principle to the Arabs is they seek lightness in their speech. Okay? Yani whatever is easier, they use it more. Alright? Now, they have words which consist of 3 letters. They have words which consist of 4 letters. They have words which consist of 5. They have words which consist of 6. They have words which consist of 7. The more number of letters there is in a word, the less that word is used. Why? Because of this mother principle. Understand? Okay? Until here is understood? So for example, فعل. You hear that word a lot, right? عبد, ضرب, شرب, سمع, ضحك, قتل. You hear those words a lot, okay? But how often do you hear دحرج and قرطب and وسوس and زلزل? You don't hear them much as the first group of words. Okay? Okay, what about بعلبك, حضرموت, even less. Very good, very well said. Even less. Okay, what about بزر جنيهرو? Yes, you never heard such a name. That's a name. Okay, it is there. It exists, but you never heard it. Why? Because the more number of letters there is, the less it is used. So, because of this mother principle, this resulted to knowing that the less number of letters that are used, the more the word is used. Okay? Okay. Now, when the scholars, they studied the Arabic law, how the Arabs speak, they were studying the words which are used more, correct? Because usually what you make principles out of is a frequent phenomenon, right? Something that happens frequently all the time. Okay? So this, words containing 3 letters, since they are what are used the most, they have been chosen, this number has been chosen for the scale. Understand? Do you get why they use only 3 letters? Initially the scale is 3 letters, because most words are 3 letters. Basically this is the easiest way to put it in. Why is the scale 3 letters? Because most Arabic words are 3 letters. Clear? You can make that the answer. Okay? Alright. Next question. Why those letters in particular? Yes, they are words. But inshallah, they are not studied. 2-letter words, they are not studied here. They are studied in Nahu. Because 2-letter words is the matter of al-harf, which is the preposition, this one right here. Okay? And this, as we agreed, is not the study of Sarf. Sarf does not study these words, al-harf, prepositions. واضح? Okay. Now, again, going back to our point again. Why those letters in particular? Okay. This is understood by understanding this point here. Which point? Here. Sarf studies mainly what? The verbs. The verbs. Al-fi'lu. The verbs. Sarf mostly studies the verbs. Okay. So we want a verb to be the scale. Understood? we want a verb to be the scale, not a noun. Why? Because the business of sarf is more verbs than nouns. So we want the verb to be like the skeleton or the scale. Okay? واضح? Okay. Then they said, which verb should we put there in the scale? It does involve nouns, but not as much. Understand? Yes. يعني it involves mainly and directly the verbs. Okay? طيب. Yes, more verbs than nouns. Okay. Then they said, okay, which verb are we going to put in the scale? So there is a verb, one verb, okay, which can be a substitute to any verb, any other verb. واضح? يعني it can be an alternative to any verb. That's did, the verb which means did. The verb which means did is فعل. فعل means did. Did you see? I did. Did you hear? I did. Did you drink? I did. Did you eat? I did. Did you study? I did. Did you attend? I did, etc. Did you do? I did. واضح? Huh? فعل. Okay. They said, since there's a verb which is inclusive to the meanings of all verbs, we're going to use it. We're going to use it. It is worthy of being used as a scale. واضح؟ Clear? بارك الله فيكم. Clear? To all, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, let's go to another point. Okay? Shatir? Shatir, by the way, you know what shatir means in Arabic? This is common. Some people picked up from some Arabs, they use the word shatir. So, mashallah, some of the non-Arabs who are keen to learn Arabic, they followed them in that. But you know what shatir means? Shatir is the one who tired his family with his wretchedness. That's what shatir actually means. And shatir also means also shatir is a word used for the thief. Thief, yes. Yes. Okay? So if you, I don't advise that you use that word to mean what? To mean clever. يعني شاطر, يعني why have they, يعني has it been used to mean clever? Because يعني the cunning thief is clever in his robbery. يعني. واضح? Yes. Is good at what he does. Slick. Yes, a cunning thief. Okay? واضح? So it's not شاطر, huh? It's متفوق, etc. عاقل, راشد, مجتهد, etc. شاطر, شين, ألف, طاء, راء. Okay? واضح. Let's go to another point. Now, let me give you a brief demonstration on how the scale works. Okay? Just a brief demonstration, inshallah, on how the scale works. Okay. Now we said the scale consists of what? The fa and the ain and the lam. The fa and the ain and the lam. Okay? Please pay attention. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you a group of root letters. A group of root letters, okay? Please pay attention. I'm going to give you the Bad and the Ra and the Ba, and I'm going to give you the Ain and the Ba and the Dal, and I'm going to give you the Ba and the Dal and the Hamza, and I'm going to give you the Sin and the Jeen and the Dal, and I'm going to give you the Bad and the Ha and the Kaf. Hold on. Okay? And the Sin, Mim, and the Ain, and the Shin, Ra, and the Ba, and the Kaf, for example, and the Ba and the Ra. Okay? Bear with me, please. Now I'm going to tell you, pay attention. Now I'm going to tell you that if you want to make a past verb with those root letters, match it to the fa, match it to fa'ala. Match it to fa'ala. If you want to make, or to fa'ala, or fa'ila, or fa'ula. So one of those. Okay? Either fa'ala, a, or I, or u. One of those. Okay, are you with me? Okay. Now, how am I going to do this? Look. Now, you take the first letter, and you place it on the first space from right to left. From right to left. What's the first space that it has? Fa. It has the fa. So I'm going to bring this first letter, which is the Bad. See the Bad? I'm going to bring it and place it on over the fa. I'm going to place it over the fa. Now, see, barakallahu feekum. So, the first, you can say point number one, the first original letter should go on the first letter in the scale, which is what? Which is the fa. That's why, pay attention, we call any first original letter, we call it what? We call it the fa. The fa of the word. You can say the fa for short. Okay? Number two, the second original letter should go where? You can guess. Should go over where? Should go on the second letter in the scale, which is the what? The ayn. That is why we call any second original, pay attention, I'm saying original, letter, what do we call it? We call it the ayn. Okay? 3. The third, see, now we're teaching you how you form words. Then we're going to give you principles. See, this is considered a principle. Say, any word you want to turn to a verb, you match it with fa'ala or fa'ila or fa'ula. Okay? The third original letter should go over or on the third letter in the scale, which is the lam. And that is why we call any third letter, what do we call it? Third original. See? Third original letter, we call it what? We call it the lam. Is that clear? Okay, okay, another point. Another point. Fourth, another point. Don't worry, I'll give you time for questions. 10 minutes over the hour for questions. Fourth, give the same harakah given to the letter in the scale to the letter parallel to it. Okay? So let's do it. The bad, we place it where? Over the fa. So what do we call the bad? What can we call the bad in this? In these root letters, we call it the fa. Okay, what harakah do we give the bad? What harakah do we give the bad? Pardon me. A moment. We give the same as on the fa. The same as on the fa. We have a problem here now. Okay, never mind. Let me try and do something here. There we go. Okay. Babad, see, barakallahu. See, we give it the same haraka. Same haraka we gave it. Ba. Fa, ba. Fa, ba. Okay? Then what goes over the ayn? The second original letter, which is what? The ra. The ra. And we give that ra what? A fatha. Yeah, same on the ayn. Then what goes over the, yes, that will come inshallah. What goes over the lam? The ba. The ba. What do we give the ba? We also give it a fatha. Now you have formed the past verb from those root letters. Hitting. This implies hitting. Bad and ra and ba implies hitting. So ba, ra, ba would mean what? Would mean he hit. Would mean he hit. Understood? Understood? Every verb has its own meaning. Every form of verbs. That we will explain later, inshallah. No, he hits. Wazi? Okay. Ayn, let's do the same. I want you at home, after this class, to do the same to the rest. Okay? But listen. Listen. With these, you're going to give a kasra to the ayn. Kasra for the ayn. Okay? And with these, you're going to give what? It's obvious, yeah? Fatha. Yes, kasra for the second letter, that's right. And with this, you're going to give a dhamma. Okay? Okay, you're good with this exercise, inshallah, alone. Yes, ahsant. Yes. But why? To form verbs. Now you are using the scale. This scale, you are using it to form verbs from root letters which you have. From root letters which you have. Understand? And I'm sure your question would be, how would we know when the ayn has a kasra and when does it have a fatha and when does it have a dhamma? That's what we'll teach you. Okay? But this was just a demonstration on what you're going to learn. Okay? Now, let's take the questions, inshallah. طيب, we'll show whiteboards at the end, inshallah. Actually, let's just show it now. One by one. I know the meaning of makar is something bad, but in our area, till last generation, it's been used as name among Muslims. The problem of not learning Arabic. يعني al-makr is planning against someone. So if that planning was against someone who's planning against you, it's good. Otherwise, if it was an initiative, it's bad. Dear Ustadh, the scale fa'ala with fatha on ain, it's always used for past tenses? No. Past tenses are one of three in the three-letter verbs. Either fa'ala or fa'ila or fa'ula. And that's what we'll teach you, inshallah. Okay? None. More questions? You have 7 minutes, inshallah, for questions now. Yes. Hold on. Question 1. Any difference if we say ism, fi'l, and harf without adding al? Yes, because when you define, it is definitive. Okay? And you say the verb is so-and-so, the noun is so-and-so, the, واضح? What's the difference between mad and madi? You're not supposed to say madi. This is a mistake that people do, especially beginners when they learn, and even some teachers. You don't say madi, you say mad, because due to morphological principles, this word has to be, the last letter has to be dropped. So you say mad, tab, واضح? Da'in. You don't say da'i. You don't say, I met a da'i today. No, I met a da'in. Da'in. وداع دعا يا من يجيب النداء فلم يستجبه عند ذاك مجيب. داع. واضح? If you add al in the beginning, then you put the ya. So you say الداعي يوم يدعو in Surah Al-Qamar يوم يدعو الداعي إلى شيء نكر. And even though also it can be shortened. Now, can we say amr is order? Yes, amr is a command, but amr here is not the meaning, it's a technical name. Okay? Yani amr is the order linguistically, not technically. Technically, the word amr means what? It means the verb which gives you the meaning requested to be taken place in the future. واضح? Because amr as the meaning order, that's the linguistic meaning. We are not taking linguistic meanings here. We have technical terms which have their own technical meanings. Why middle vowel changed? Does meaning change? No, the chapter changes. We'll give you chapters, inshallah. Different ways that the verbs are said. Okay? That we will teach you, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum, ya Ustadh, wa feek. The word fa'ala itself means he. A single male did, yes, in the past. So does al-fi'l also indicate, in addition to the meaning, the doer, gender, the number? Al-fi'l is the action, regardless the doer and regardless the time frame. Now, if I understood your question correctly. Otherwise, if you mean the verb, it depends how it's formed, how the verb is formed. So verbs are formed in different ways to give different meanings. To imply the number and the gender, and that's what we'll teach you, inshallah. Question 4. How to say in Arabic, seek likeness in speech. Iltimasul khiffah. Iltimasul khiffah. Iltimasul khiffah. Respected Ustadh, does mudari include future? Some teachers say that, yes, but the most authentic, the correct opinion is that the mudari by default gives you the present time. And it only gives you the future when there are things added to it. When we will know when to add haraka to the root letters in the scale, for example, you started with fatha in the scale, will you show? Yes, we will show you this later, inshallah. So can we say command to take place in the future? Commanded to take place in the future. Yes, you can say that. Or telling this meaning that the amr here is used in technical meaning. Yes, technical meaning to mean the verb, which implies the command for something to take place in the future, inshaAllah ta'ala. Now, 2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes and a half. When is the next class and what time? This class is 3 times a week. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, same time. With the changing of the chapter, the tense stays the same. But the meaning changes. Is this correct? Yeah, we will tell you, inshallah. The tense is the same. Yani fa'ala, fa'ila, fa'ula, it's all the same. The tense is one. Okay? But these are just different ways that the verb is said. We will teach you, inshallah, that, inshallah. طيب. Is the future tense mustaqbal? Yes. وإياكم. Can we say istiqbal? Yes. What about other forms of the verb, like fa'ala? Fa'ala, we shed on it. That we'll teach you later, inshallah. That's the, sort of the second level. Barakallahu feek, can we see the whiteboard one again, inshallah? Just give me 30 more seconds, inshallah, and then I'll switch to board number 1. Or there is a difference. Mustaqbal is the future. Istiqbal is looking out to the future. Okay? It's okay. If you say this or that, inshallah, it gives the same meaning, inshallah ta'ala. طيب. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah. نعم. Yes, ask inshallah. But you have 40 seconds left. $30 seconds left. The letter, no. Time is less. طيب. Inshallah, yes. Test will come, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. Thank you very much. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward us all and keep us firm and make us act upon what we learn. And we'll see you next time, or we'll, inshallah, see you next time, inshallah. Wallahu ta'ala alam wa sallallahu wa sallam.